this enzyme to cleavate the protective layer. They contain the lipopolysaccharide. Since they are gram negative, they have endotoxic activity. Neisseria gonorrhoeae is often intracellular within the neutrophil. That is an important point. If you see this or this here, there is a pink organism. These are the Neisseria gonorrhoeae. They are found within the neutrophil. See, this is the neutrophil polymorphonuclears where we can see this bacteria, and they are intracellularly gram negative pink color bacteria we are finding. So Neisseria gonorrhoeae is often intracellular within neutrophil. Acid production, that is meningococci, has maltose fermentation and glucose both, whereas the gonococci only ferment glucose. That we have already known how to differentiate this both organism. Neisseria meningitis, maltose, M4M. This Neisseria meningitis, M. So Neisseria meningitis can ferment maltose, while gonococci does not, but both ferment glucose. Now let's come to the differentiation point. You can see this gonorrhea, Neisseria meningitis has polysaccharide capsule. They doesn't have polysaccharide capsule. Neisseria meningitis ferment the maltose. They doesn't ferment the maltose. Neisseria meningitis have vaccine. This vaccine is not possible due to antigenic variation. We have already discussed. These are highly antigenic pili, so their vaccine is not possible. Then meningococci transmitted via the respiratory droplet and oral secretion, more common among the individual in the close quarters like army, barrack, or college dorms. So this is occurs in a people who are in the close contact, who are living in the close places, like in army, they are living in one common room, like a hostel. The students are living in one common room, so that will be there. Gonococci usually transmitted by the sexually or perinatally. That is important. Here they transmit by the respiratory tract. They are transmitted by the sexually or during the birth of the baby. Now this disease will cause gonorrhea obviously, and there may be other like septic arthritis, neonatal conjunctivitis 2 to 5 days after birth, pelvic inflammatory disease, and there is one complication known as the fit-use cutis syndrome. So gonococci will cause gonorrhea. They can even lead to the septic arthritis in newborn. They can cause neonatal conjunctivitis. They also can cause pelvic inflammatory disease, and there in the rare case they will develop fit-use cutis syndrome. Coming to the Neisseria meningitis, they will develop meningococcemia with petechial hemorrhage and gangrene of the toes. They will can see meningeal hemorrhage and gangrene of the toe. This will be these rashes. Due to these are the meningeal rashes, we can even take the biopsy and the organism can be demonstrated there. They will develop meningitis. They will develop the inflammation of meninges, and then in rare cases they will develop Waterhouse-Friderichsen syndrome, that is adrenal gland insufficiency. So adrenal gland insufficiency, fever, and DIC known as the deadly complication, that is known as the Waterhouse-Friderichsen syndrome. Diagnosis: the gonococci will be mainly diagnosed with the nucleic acid amplification test. Although you can take the urethral smear swab, make a slide, do a gram stain, you can find the gram stain, this gram negative bacilli with a neutrophil. Okay, then you can culture. In culture you can do in the Thyr-Martin media, where you can find the growth of the organism. This is a selective media. Okay, in case of diagnosis of the meningococci, you can usually do the gram stain, where you can fear the diplococci. You can do the latex agglutination test, and you can culture in the chocolate agar. Okay, even PCR can be done. So both case PCR can be done. Both gram stain can be positive. This will be a gram negative in neutrophil. This can be a gram negative bacteria. And culture, they need to grow in the Thyr-Martin media. They need to grow in the chocolate agar. PCR can be done. Nucleic acid amplification test can be done. Here also nucleic acid amplification test can be done. Additional, their capsule can be detected by lattice agglutination test. How we can reduce these condoms, decrease the sexual transmission? The erythromycin ointment prevents the neonatal blindness. So for neonates, you can give erythromycin ointment, and condom decrease the sexual transmission. Whereas here, we need to give rifampicin, ciprofloxacin, or ceftriaxone prophylaxis in close contact. So those patient who has get contact, now you cannot prevent them, so you need to give some drug to prevent the development of the disease, and that is exactly prophylaxis, not as a treatment. Prophylaxis, we can give rifampicin, ciprofloxacin, or ceftriaxone. When you have to treat, then in treatment, ceftriaxone plus azithromycin to cover the possible chlamydial co-infection, ceftriaxone resistant strain. So gonorrhea can be treated with ceftriaxone plus azithromycin for chlamydial infection. Ceftriaxone for gonorrhea and azithromycin for chlamydia. Whereas this meningococci will usually get cured with ceftriaxone or penicillin. So this organism, this group of organism is actually very important. there will be a question in any board exam, and these are there are only few bacteria that are gram-negative cocci. You have to just remember two groups. One is Neisseria and another is Moraxella. In Neisseria, there are only two organisms, Neisseria meningitidis and Neisseria gonorrhoeae, and this organism causing disease are very prevalent in USA and all over the world. So they makes them high yield. If you have any question regarding it, please comment a link below, and we will able to answer you as soon as possible. Thank you.